Welcome, listeners. Today, we're going to focus on English conversation, which is essential for improving your English skills. By listening to natural conversation, you'll learn useful vocabulary, common expressions, and proper sentence structure. We promise that your English level will change significantly after watching this video. After watching this video, if I ask you the question, would you rather travel to the past or future? You'll be able to easily answer and share your opinion. Please comment your answer and opinion about this question after watching to make sure you understand the lesson. Now, let's start the conversation.
Hi there, it's nice to see you today.
Hello, it's good to see you too. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I was just thinking about something interesting. If you could travel in time, would you rather go to the past or to the future?
Oh, that's a good question. Can you explain what you mean by would you rather?
Sure. Would you rather is a way to ask someone to choose between two options. It's like asking which one you prefer.
I see. Thank you for explaining that. Travel to the past or the future, that's difficult to answer.
Take your time. What does past mean?
The past is time that has already happened, right? Like yesterday, last year, or 100 years ago.
Exactly. And what about the future?
The future is time that hasn't happened yet, like tomorrow, next year, or 100 years from now.
Perfect. So would you rather travel to the past or the future?
I think I would rather travel to the past. How about you?
That's interesting. I would rather travel to the future. Can you tell me why you chose the past?
Of course. I would like to see how people lived long ago. I want to see ancient buildings when they were new.
What does ancient mean?
Ancient means very old or from a long time ago. For example, ancient Egypt or ancient Rome.
Good explanation. Are there any specific time periods you would want to visit?
Yes, I would love to visit ancient Egypt to see how they built the pyramids. What about you? Why do you want to visit the future?
I'm curious about new technology. I want to see what kind of inventions people will create. Maybe flying cars or robots that help around the house.
That sounds exciting. What does curious mean?
Curious means you want to know or learn about something. You have an interest in finding out more.
Thank you. I understand now. Are you curious about anything else in the future?
Yes. I wonder if people will solve big problems like climate change. And I want to see if we will live on other planets.
That would be amazing to see, but wouldn't you miss your family and friends if you traveled to the future?
That's a good point. Can you explain what miss someone means?
To miss someone means you feel sad because you cannot see or be with that person.
Exactly. Yes, I would miss my family and friends. That's the hard part about time travel. What about you? Would you miss modern conveniences if you went to the past?
What does modern conveniences mean?
Modern conveniences are helpful things we have today that make life easier, like smartphones, internet, or washing machines.
Oh, I understand now. Yes, I think I would miss those things. Life was harder in the past. No internet, no electricity in ancient times.
I agree. Each choice has good and bad parts. That's why this question is so interesting.
Yes, it makes you think. By the way, what does makes you think mean?
Makes you think means something causes you to consider ideas or possibilities deeply.
Got it. This question definitely makes me think. If you could only stay in the past or future for one day, where would you go?
If I could only stay for one day, I might choose to see 100 years in the future. What about you?
I would probably visit Rome during the Roman Empire. I want to see the Colosseum when it was new.
That would be interesting. Would you be afraid to travel to the past?
What does afraid mean?
Afraid means feeling fear or being scared of something.
Thank you. Yes, I might be a little afraid. People in the past had different customs and spoke differently.
That's true. What does customs mean?
Customs are the traditional ways people do things in a culture or country.
Great explanation. I might be afraid to travel to the future too. What if things are very different and I don't understand how to live there?
That's a good point. Do you think people would help you if you traveled to the future?
I hope so. Can you repeat that question? I didn't hear you clearly.
Sure. I asked if you think people would help you if you traveled to the future.
Thank you. Yes, I hope people in the future would be kind and helpful. How do you say time machine in English?
A time machine is a machine that can travel through time. It's the same in English.
That's right. If you had a time machine, would you take someone with you or go alone?
I would take a friend with me. It would be less scary that way. How about you?
I agree. I would take someone too. It's better to share the experience with someone else.
Do you think time travel will ever be possible in real life?
That's a difficult question. What does ever be possible mean?
Ever be possible means if something could happen at any time in the future.
Thank you for explaining. I'm not sure if time travel will ever be possible. It seems very complicated. What do you think?
I think it might be possible someday, but probably not in our lifetime.
What does lifetime mean?
Your lifetime is the period of time during which you are alive.
Great explanation. If you could bring something back from the past, what would you bring?
Maybe an ancient book or artwork. What about you? What would you bring back from the future?
I would bring back information about new medical treatments or technology that could help people today.
That's a thoughtful answer. What does thoughtful mean in this case?
Thoughtful here means showing care and consideration for others.
I see. That is very thoughtful of you to want to help people.
Thank you. Do you think there are any dangers in traveling to the past?
Yes, I think there could be dangers. What if you change something important and it affects the present?
That's a good point. That's called the butterfly effect. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't. What does butterfly effect mean?
The butterfly effect is the idea that a small change, like a butterfly flapping its wings, can cause big changes later on.
That's interesting. So if I change something small in the past, it might change our present in a big way.
Exactly. That's why time travel is complicated. What if you stepped on a bug that was supposed to pollinate a plant that your grandfather was supposed to eat?
Wow, I never thought about that. Time travel has many problems to think about.
It does. What about the future? Are there dangers in traveling to the future?
I think the future might have different diseases that our bodies aren't ready for. Or maybe the air is different.
Those are good points. Can you explain what aren't ready for means?
Aren't ready for means not prepared or not able to handle something.
Perfect explanation. I think another danger might be not understanding the technology or rules of the future society.
Yes, that would be difficult. Imagine trying to explain a smartphone to someone from 200 years ago.
That's a funny thought. They would probably think it was magic.
What does magic mean?
Magic is a special power that makes impossible things happen, like pulling a rabbit out of an empty hat.
I understand now. Yes, new technology can seem like magic if you don't understand how it works.
Exactly. If you could observe any historical event, which one would you choose?
Sorry, I don't understand. What does observe mean?
Observe means to watch something carefully, to see it happen.
Thank you. I would observe the building of the Great Pyramid in Egypt. What about you?
I would like to observe the first humans landing on the moon. That must have been exciting to see.
That's a great choice. Do you think people in the future will remember our time?
That's an interesting question. I think they will, but they might not understand everything about how we lived.
Just like we don't fully understand how people lived hundreds of years ago.
Exactly. What event from our time do you think future people will find most important?
Maybe the development of the internet and smartphones. They changed how we communicate completely.
I agree. Can you explain what development means in this context?
Development here means the process of creating or improving something.
Good explanation. I think future people might also remember the COVID-19 pandemic as an important event.
Yes, that changed many things about how we live and work.
If you could bring a person from the past to our time, who would you choose?
I would bring Leonardo da Vinci. He was so creative and interested in science. I think he would love our technology.
That's a great choice. What does creative mean?
Creative means having good ideas and making new things.
Perfect. I think I would bring Albert Einstein to see how physics has developed since his time.
Thank you for watching our English conversation about time travel. Here's a learning tip for you. Try to practice these modal verbs, would, could, might, when talking about hypothetical situations in English. They're very useful for expressing possibilities and preferences. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Would you rather travel to the past or to the future? Please share your answer in the comments below to practice what you've learned today. Tell us where you would go and why. If you enjoyed this English lesson, please subscribe to our channel and watch our next episode where we'll have another interesting conversation to help you improve your English. Remember, regular practice is the key to becoming fluent in English.